is what is it? Saturday. This is day 3. Whoops, I forgot to change the title. I'm gonna try and build a elemental mage deck. So I actually pre-built one of these on Hearthstone before the game came out. I theory crafted this deck. Yeah, I was thinking of making an OTK deck around that with that, and you use pandas to bring the horsemen, and then so if you get lucky and you get the different ones each time that you need, then you can just throw them all back down in one turn. Elemental mage. Mod decks. Elemental mage. Oh, I don't have Pyros? Shit. And or Cindergosa. Wow, that's 3 legendaries. Well, for sure I want to craft Frostless Jaina. I really like Cindergosa too, even though it might not really be worth it. Pyros is important in this deck. Cindergosa I could just not make because it is. I mean, this is supposed to be a slow deck. I could just put in like another elemental, or like a. Man, because that's such a fun card too. I don't have any 1-mana spells. I could also put a Geist in the deck to deal with Jades, although like because this is like a grinder deck, so I don't know if I could deal with infinite Jades. Could I? I mean, I could keep freezing stuff, but each time I would only freeze one and it would die with this. So yeah, I'll just do a Geist instead of the Cindergosa. Oh wait, there's another missing card. Oh, because I didn't put Pyrus in because I didn't craft them. I don't know. This card actually would be good in this deck. But I do need. I'm just gonna pull the damn trigger. I still haven't even crafted the Warlock legendary. I'm gonna be at exactly only 10,000 deaths. That's not even it. That's what. 10,000 divided by 1,600. It's only 6 legendaries. So I basically only have enough for 7 legendaries.
Furion! I must protect Oba.
You asked for it.
Job done.
I don't even know if I'd... And he already got a Jade Isle off. So he's gonna ramp up quick. Keep one of these as an activator. Or guaranteed activator.
Behold the rage of the Firelands!
Oh man. I can't let this go off, but I would like to save this for something bigger. I can activate that next turn.
Brothers, heed my call.
What do I want? I'm getting low on minions. A big threat would be nice too, because I don't think I want to be using this next turn.
What to do? What to do? I wonder.
Yeah, take the big minion.
Time runs out on me.
These are probably gonna get like buffed up or no, the G doesn't run that spell. Get another dude or drop my big dude. The big dude's not gonna help that much, right?
Brothers, heed my call.
Ooh. This is actually... Oh, I forgot to put this in. That's where I messed up. I need to, like, take out 2 cards and put this in. so I need to alter this deck.
What to do?
Time runs out on me.
This will actually be good against Jade.
Done.
Especially since this will like heal me up to fall too once Jane gets played. This will kill any Jade. I'm gonna go Blizzard. I'd like to say that for a Jade and that for when the Jades come down. The big ones. Man, I need to draw into the Geist. I probably don't have enough card draw. Oh, there we go, there's Geist. That's going to be crucial to get off now, so for sure that's getting played, so I have 3 more mana.
To battle! Job done.
He didn't get to use any of his spell either. So I should win this game unless something goes terribly wrong here. Do I want this out now, or do I want to wait a turn?
I wonder.
I can kind of do that stuff in combination. 'Cause that's 9 damage right there.
I wonder.
This prevents him from playing anything, but that he might not have much anyway.
Time runs out on me.
He probably has the ultimate and the draw 8 cards.
Excuse me, you are on fire.
We will devour this world. Golems are a girl's best friend.
Man, where's my crossfits, Gina? Maybe I don't need 2 for 1 dude. Yeah, I could cut water on myself. So he can proc me to 1 if I don't kill anything, but I can't kill anything, right? That's yeah, I can't.
What to do?
If he procs me to 1, that's a big problem. I guess I don't ever need it anyway.
Job done.
If I just play Jaina, then I can just start healing. I really need Jaina. Wow, that was dumb of him. Well, this will kill that too. Oh, but it also hit me, so I can't do that. So I have to do this play. Hopefully he doesn't have second swipe, which he probably does because he's only got 3 cards left.
Well played.
I'm out of cards.
Should I do 2 ice blocks? This deck has to be important for sure. For one thing, he got all of his Jade Minion stuff in a row. What do I cut? The Shimmering Tempest, maybe. Probably Fire Plume, and then because they have like similar roles. And then I could cut the Shimmering Tempest. But it's something to play early because I have very little stuff to play early on. Even though the glyph can get you better cards, but this is an elemental. I liked playing that on tempo instead of just playing this. Maybe I don't have two of these, but it's like that is like a really value card. Let's cut the Tempest and see how this works out. I have a lot of... It's a pretty slow curve. It's definitely not good against aggro.
Jaina versus Jaina.
You asked for it. Oh, it is on.
Then I'll play
An incredible discovery.
this and then I'll coin out that. Play that then, and then I'll play with this. It's probably Mirror Entity, but he's not getting the Flame Geysers at least. No.
Excuse me, you are on fire.
Do I save this for Alex, or if he's got a counter spell, he's not. Yeah, I want this stuff to live, right? Wait a minute. Oh, he played a secret.
What to do? What to do?
But what's the chance that he got both his counter spells back to back?
I wonder.
2, 4, 5.
Time runs out on me.
Damn it, dude. Damn. gonna start adding a card, so actually. In case I do want to play an elemental.
The icy winds of Northland will consume your soul!
Flames consume you.
And now I can drop that as a mirror and proc. Oh wow, you didn't want to get the legendary. I'll go for the random card. Or maybe I don't want it.
Brothers,
Yeah, this will keep the train going.
Do not fear power. Fear those who wield it.
warriors of the frozen wastes, rise. Flames consume you.
Tonight, a tale of terrible tragedy.
Oh wow. He really hit.
Excuse me, you are on fire.
Where's my frostlit chain at? God damn it, dude.
I wonder.
Warriors of the frozen wastes, rise.
Job done.
Well, I have almost no minions left now. This isn't good.
What to do? What to do?
I will purify the fallen.
Bottom of my deck. God damn it, dude. What do I take out for card draw? I think I'm gonna take out one of the Steam Surgers for Arcane Intellect. Wow. Are you fucking kidding me? I still didn't get Jaina.
Brothers, heed my call.
So if I got this,
Time runs out on me.
Job done.
Well played. You win this
bottom of the deck. Yeah, I'm taking out a Steam Surger for Arcane Intellect. Do I even want two? Is she even in my deck? Is this like... Should I just keep her if I get her in the opening hand? This is pretty crucial.
Your soul shall be mine.
Because just this deck without
You
her
asked
doesn't have...
for it.
It has like some distance, but it runs out of steam. I guess that's the good thing if you put two Archaeologists and two Secrets is you like draw through your deck really quick like that. And maybe I should just add another
Side
Instead of
effects.
arcane intellect, I should add another one of these and a secret.
An incredible discovery.
Maybe I'll cut a mana worm, since I don't have very many spells to buff them up.
I wonder.
I found it first.
Why do you call? It's playtime. My eyes are open. My eyes are open.
Defile clears my board. That's rough.
Flames consume you. Job done.
out on me.
Flames consume you. Forged in blood and shadow.
Excuse me, you are on...
Bloody hellfire.
So it's gonna die anyway.
I will
Might as well get good 6 healing out of it.
Fear those who wield it.
Maybe I should have ran into the 6/6.
Job's done.
Side effects? No. Trust me.
Oh, I wanted to see if that would. Oh yeah, it does. Yeah, Siberian Goodens does for sure. I was almost positive it would. And so that's Baron Goodens with the immediate super heal. Or I should have probably saved him in my pocket. But that play was being proactive on the board and also good too. drawing cards. He's almost out. He was like really fishing for the Lich King, I guess. Let's see, I only have, this is my only elemental besides that, so I'll play this in case I top deck.
This jungle hides many secrets.
Brothers, heed my call. Warriors of the frozen wastes, rise. To battle! Why do you call? Brothers, heed my call. I'm almost out of cards.
I might put this instead of mana worms, because the mana worms aren't really like doing anything in this deck. It's like I want to save. They can really stall. They look just late game. They're really good. Even as soon as turn 4, you could just like stall.
Hungry, you yummy. I'm out of cards. Ungoro belongs to the Titan. That served no purpose.
Almost out of cards.
Damn it. Oh, at least, oh no.
I'm out of cards.
I could. Oh, then I wouldn't get a thing. It's better just to do this.
Warriors fall. Warriors of the frozen wastes,
Come on.
Well played. I can see to your power.
If I had ice walkers in there. Maybe I'll do one mana worm, one ice walker, because if I get the mana worm, I'll keep it in the mulligan. Drawing those mana worms later on was like pretty brutal.
Jane versus Leandrin.
My hammer burns with holy fire.
You asked for it.
reporting for duty.
Oh, he probably has a lot of one cost spells, right? Oh wait, never mind. Maybe he doesn't have any.
Out of my jungle! Reporting for duty. Job done.
damage.
Out of my jungle!
Now it's got divine shield, so this won't even kill it. It's BS.
I wonder.
Flames consume you! Battle!
Time runs out on me.
The light dims, but we fight.
Ungoro belongs to the Titan!
Warrior, so I can't just.
The light dims, but we fight.
Warriors of the frozen wastes, rise.
Over my undead body.
Your whim, I concede.
Jaina versus Malfurion. I must protect the world.
You asked for it.
Tiger Druid, huh? Those two aggressive, not worth it.
We will devour this world. An incredible discovery!
way to deal with the board.
I can see.
Ooh. Insta casino. Okay, until someone gets in here, I'm going to be listening to the Rogan podcast.
Jaina versus Anduin.
The light shall bring victory.
You asked for it.
Boom, and we're live. How are you, Dom? Welcome to the show.
I'm doing great, Joe.
Pull this
Thanks for having
sucker
me.
right up close.
Okay.
There you go. Here. I know you've done podcasts before. You did Tim Ferriss's podcast. I heard you on that.
I
It was
did, yeah,
excellent.
like
I'm going to keep this
3 of
since
them,
it's
I think.
free. Keep-
Three, really?
Podcasts,
Oh, I need to
think
listen
so,
to the
yeah.
other 2 then.
Holy Mark.
What is this wine you brought me, man? This is crazy.
Keep
That
it all.
is.
Do you think I'm drunk? Is this what this is?
Maybe the dry food wines guys think that.
This is a giant magnum. I'd have to have a party.
It's
Down, sucker.
it's wine that's pretty legit in regards to if you want to stay on a ketogenic diet.
Yeah.
And I
Is someone
tested
injured?
this in my office actually, and just found that it's non-glycemic for one thing, which means it doesn't impact the sugar content is so low. There's not an elevation in blood glucose, and
But it's
I can stay in
alcohol.
ketosis on this wine. If I do 1 glass, 2 or 3 starts to kick me out, but 2 glasses of wine, you can completely stay in ketosis. And I've done that
Interesting.
with all of them.
Most wine will kick you out of ketosis?
Yeah, I mean it's highly dependent on like a Merlot, a dry wine typically doesn't, but a
Is Merlot
sweeter
more
wine,
dry?
Most of it, yeah.
Yeah.
Most of the time, yeah.
But-
White wines tend to kick me out more, and of course something like a sweet wine will
Like
kick
a Riesling
you out.
or something like that.
Yeah,
Really sweet
yeah.
wine.
Sangria, that'll kick
Oh,
you out
yeah.
very fast.
That's just
but-
sugar. Yeah.
And even beer does, even though it's supposed to be low carb, beer tends to kick me out.
Really?
So Michelob Ultra, maybe 1 or 2, but other than that, yeah. I mean, I get that question a lot, so it actually got me interested into studying this, so I can answer some of the questions with some level of knowledge. And after testing these wines, and I came to the conclusion, yeah, you can drink 2 glasses of wine a day on a strict ketogenic diet, and I think this is important for people that are doing it to manage their health long term.
Right.
And
Especially people with actual health issues where ketogenic diet benefits them, like
Yeah,
epileptic.
absolutely. Like when I got into this, it was pediatric epilepsy, like in 2007 or 8, and now the applications are expanding, a dozen or more. So we hold a conference, a metabolic therapeutics conference, where top tier people in academia and like from Johns Hopkins, they probably one of the spearheaded ketogenic diet application clinically, and top tier scientists like from Yale and Harvard and other places present here, and it's I think it was like 11 or 12 applications for the ketogenic diet where there's good peer-reviewed research to support the efficacy as a metabolic-based therapy for a number of everything from polycystic ovary syndrome to acne to rare, even genetic disorders like Angelman syndrome is something that we're
What is that?
studying. It's a genetic disorder where a housekeeping gene is mutated, and it results in seizures and motor function impairment, and the ketogenic diet is remarkably effective. It's really drug-resistant seizures that these kids have, and even in the presence of a persistent molecular pathology, a genetic pathology, the ketogenic diet, through altering metabolism with the ketogenic diet, you can largely silence the pathology and the motor function impairments associated with this disease. And that's amazing to me, that you have a disease that is persistently there due to a genetic mutation, and you can largely silence the symptoms,
That
the
is
seizures.
amazing. In the interest of addressing people that are probably on the ground floor, and I feel like there's very few people today that don't understand what a ketogenic diet is, but just in case, For people who don't know, there are people that use carbohydrates mainly for fuel, and then there's the ketogenic diet, which makes your body run on fats and ketones. So try to kind of explain that to people, like how this came about, how people started researching this, and how you got involved.
Okay. I mean, this goes back, if not centuries, like millennia, dating back to the time of Hippocrates, when it was observed that fasting was a quote-unquote cure for seizures. And with the observation...
Really?
Yeah, so fasting puts you into fasting ketosis, right?
So even intermittent fasting, like I do the 14-hour thing, where
14 hours, that's I mean, technically, it's kind of, I call that a semi-fasted state. When you achieve that, when you're eating breakfast, it could be 12 hours or more since you've eaten last, and you're breaking the fast essentially. But with severe epileptic patients, it was found that when they restricted food and in some cases water, after about 2 or 3 days, you had profound seizure control, where it silenced even the worst seizures. And this was observed, for millennia, like I said. And there was some work done in the early 1900s and 1920s. There was some work done at the Mayo Clinic that observed the presence of these ketone bodies in people that were eating a carbohydrate-restricted diet that was primarily based on eating fat, and with a minimal amount of protein, just enough to ensure there's not protein malnutrition. And it was observed that there was an elevation of ketone bodies, beta-hydroxybutyrate and acetoacetate in the blood. So they called it, physiologists called it the ketogenic diet. Technically, maybe beta-hydroxybutyrate is not a ketone, but physiologists call these ketone bodies beta-hydroxybutyrate, acetoacetate, and acetone. And it mimicked the physiological state of fasting in many ways. So if you were to draw blood off someone on a ketogenic diet, it would sort of look like they had been fasting a few days, because it's mimicking, the way I think about it, it's suppressing the hormone insulin and kind of mimicking the fuel, the substrate utilization that you would be using in a state of being fasted, which is primarily fats, ketones, and to a lesser extent, glucose from amino acids from protein. You are mobilizing some gluconeogenic amino acids from your skeletal muscle when you are fasting. Ketones are protein sparing though, so they are anti-catabolic in that way. So because we make ketones and our large brain has a massive demand for energy, and the ketones fulfill that for the most part when fasting, it prevents us from breaking down muscle. It prevents us from liberating the gluconeogenic amino acids that would otherwise, be chewed up and used to maintain our glucose levels. So the ketones sort of replace glucose. The brain has the metabolic flexibility to adapt from using glucose to using primarily ketone bodies. And those ketone bodies really have a protein-sparing anti-catabolic effect.
Now, is this an ancient system that was in place back when people, obviously couldn't go to the store and your diet varied depending upon what was available, and it just allowed people, like maybe Inuits that lived off a lot of fats because they really don't have many carbohydrates if you're living off of whale blubber and things along those lines like they had to back then?
Yeah, I mean, it's hardwired in humans and obviously in other animals. My wife studies manta rays, and they're like the Einstein of the sea. So they're the fish with the biggest brains of all animals, and we've done metabolomic studies on them and looking at the blood, and they produce a significant amount of ketones, like 2 millimolar. They dive really deep, so it may help protect them from that. So yeah, animals will go into ketosis during fasting, or even if you manipulate their food source. The Keto Pet Sanctuary actually treats dogs that have cancer, and they implement a ketogenic diet in dogs in addition to some other things to help, and many of these are dogs taken from kill shelters, and put them on an anti-cancer therapy program, and they can get into ketosis.
For the most
it's
part,
harder.
Most dog food is not ketogenic. It's like the dog foods have grain in it, right?
Yeah.
For fillers and things along those lines.
It's really interesting. I was talking with Ron Penna yesterday from Quest Nutrition, and he brought to my attention that if you look on a package of dog food, you won't see carbohydrates listed, even though it's the primary, because there was some laws or policy put into action to prevent carbohydrates from even being listed on kibble, on dog food, which
Why?
I find, there's a lot of reasons why. Mostly because dogs really shouldn't be eating a carbohydrate-based diet, and that's probably part of the reason, but there's sort of other reasons why. But it's really important so the food that the Keto Pet Sanctuary gives the dogs that have cancer, and they confirm that they have cancer with a glucose PET scan, and they do it, before, during, and after, is basically kind of like a raw foods ketogenic diet that's almost completely restricted in what we call glycemic carbohydrates, things that would elevate the glucose levels. And it's very high in fat, relatively speaking. Yeah, but dogs, really should not be eating any kind of grains at all.
Yeah, I feed my dog grain-free dog food, but I don't know if it's carb-free. I don't know what's in there.
Is it kibble?
Yeah, it is kibble.
It's hard to find
type.
out.
Right, yeah.
I mean, dog food that has like some peas and sweet potatoes and things like that is okay. But ideally, you want to give your dog like a whole food nutrition, just like humans. They say don't give your dog human food, but there's no evidence for that. And I've given talks where I talked about giving dogs raw food, and there'd be a reaction from the audience. Well, it's dangerous to give your dog like raw food. Well, what do they eat in the wild? I mean, if it's ground beef that's been sitting around in a processing plant for a while, yeah, maybe. But fresh, meat from a butcher or fresh meat, I mean, it's probably the ideal thing for a dog. Ideally, organ meats like liver, heart, kidneys, things like that. Grind it up. And some greens too, some things like spinach. You can buy like spinach powder. So the Keto Pet Sanctuary has an